All right, all right, all right. Welcome one, welcome all to the Jerk Monger Show, coming at you live from Tampa, Florida. Whatever. All right. I'm gonna be inking this piece here. I'm trying to line up my camera on my phone rather, so that I can ink appropriately. Um, I'm just gonna be tightening up this particular drawing. Actually, I'm gonna switch over to my so this is I'm recording this like a walk and talk, only without the walking or the talking. Well, I'll be talking but not walking. I'll get back to my walk and talks tomorrow. Dark Admiral March, what's going on, homie? What's happening, bro? Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Um, I'm pumped up to get this thing wrapped up. Got to get this. I've been meaning to wrap this up for a while, so this is one of those pieces I got to do. Bianca fights the zombies. Hey, Captain Hiltz is here. Hey, what up? What up, everybody? What up? But Eric Hawkins, what's going on? I'm just adding to this. Yeah, this is a commission. Actually, this was a while back. I'm trying to catch up to everything all at one time. So I had a few items that I need to get shipped out, and this is one of the ones that I need to get done. Bosco Davis, how you doing? Thriller Art, what's going on? What's that happening? The hot stuff. But I'm just trying to get a little caught up on everything. I got the book to do. I'm working on this, and um, I gotta get ready. Gotta get ready. Get ready. Get ready, cause here I come. Getting ready, cause here I come. Getting ready, cause here I come. Do 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 do. It's all right, baby. I hope everybody's doing good. It is late tonight. Dunkirk is still looking like a March 2020 ship or a bit later. Probably a bit later, Captain. Probably a bit later. I'm got some adjustments I got to make. Some personal life and family adjustments, but we'll see. I don't want to shoot too much later than that, though. I can't. I don't want to. Thriller Art says you are very good. I think you should keep doing this art drawing thing. It's all right. It's I. It's I do okay. See, I really could do that with a brush, but all right. Let's do this. Let's do this like Brutus, because like Judas, I knew this. Oh, what's up? You know I've got to be there. Got to be there. I'm continuing this one. I started it earlier, put about an hour into the inks over on Instagram. I want to try to like limit this to about an hour tonight. Justin McClure, I'm here for the evening walking stream. Very cool. Let's get ready to head to bed. Oh, well, Eric, you can. I appreciate you. Caw, caw. I don't know what that means. Got to be there. Got to be there in the morning when she says hello to the world. I'm got to be there in her dark times, and show her that she's my girl. But boom, King Crow, just hello. It's my call sign for when I show. Oh, gotcha. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, let's see. I'm just kind of adding some odd detail here. This wasn't highly planned, but like the rest of the drawing, I kind of left this one kind of flat. Ikari Press, cause when I look in her eyes, I realize I need her sharing her world beside me. That's why I've got to be there. I love that song. Got to be. I'm pulling out my jelly rolls so I can make a little more sense out of this here. Do you ink on a wall? Thriller Art says. No. What do you mean? I don't know what that means. I am inking on a drawing table, if that's what you mean. And I have my camera facing onto the drawing table. So maybe it looks like well, it's almost upright. It's at a it's better than it's a little better than 45 degrees, I think. Cause when I look in her eyes, for some reason the angle looks vertical. It's not quite. No, 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 no. It's I have I have a my gooseneck thing here. The crane thing is pointed underneath the art. Just take care of yourself. We'll all be ready to kick some doom whenever it comes. Legion of Doom Kickers. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I got to make some adjustments to the work, and then also to my home life a little bit. I need to. Some unexpected things have happened over the last few months, so I'm kind of on the way with that. So I like this, but I feel like that got a little clumsy there. And when I look in her eyes, I realize. Oh man, I want to sing. I want to sing songs. I I'm a, I'm ever concerned about getting copyright. I guess it doesn't matter anymore, but I don't worry about that necessarily. Although I like just hanging out with you guys, so I will try to abstain from getting a strike, so I can keep on doing what I'm doing here. I'm gonna raise this up a little bit here so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, so I have my cranes kind of has my phone holding it up like I'm shooting up at the art. So from underneath it. Does that make sense? And when I look in her eyes, I realize. Remember to like and share, everyone. Yeah, man, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. No pressure, man. No pressure. But I do appreciate the announcement. I'm gonna go ahead and add little love, a little love. I like making songs up about the art I'm working on sometimes too. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Darkseid is fighting Big Barda, but she don't like him. No, she don't. No, she don't. No, she don't. Oh yeah. I'm switching to a bold brush tip Pentel brush pen. I'm gonna grab a piece of paper here so I can um, uh, uh, yeah, so I can give it a little more razzmatazz, a little more razzle dazzle. Look at that! Look at that pretty lines. Look at those pretty lines. Look at those pretty lines. Look at those pretty lines. Ain't nothing like those lines. when you ink them well, 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 well. You're inking in outer space. Outer space, baby. Outer space, baby. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was literally just looking at this on Instagram. Willie O, what's going on? Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Yeah, I finally made it over here. I meant to come out earlier. I started watching some good YouTube videos on iPad Pro tools, some like good apps that are available. 'Cause I'm trying to step up my game in not just the art, but also in management um, stuff. So I'm looking forward to personal management and professional management stuff. So there was a couple of things, also some interesting stuff. This one guy I just discovered. I think he's British from the UK. He's got this whole thing about a good setup to convert your iPad into your new machine. And for what he's doing, it's a good argument he's making as far as like the apps he's using and the gear he's got with it. 42 heck, what's going on? Happy New Year, brother. Ikari says, I should have proof copy of Brand in a few days, King Crow. That's what's up. That's what's up, baby. That's what's up. Oh yeah. Oh, 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 oh yeah. That is what's up. That is what's up. That is what's up. My son and I were jamming out to some 90s hip hop earlier. He likes to rap. It's actually pretty good. A little bit vulgar. I want to share his stuff sometimes, but I'm afraid that people won't appreciate it. But as far as I'm concerned, I appreciate him. So, that's the danger of picking that sort of music. But we were just jamming out together, and you know, and I was reminded about some great old hip hop like Method, man. Oh God, I love Method Man. Junkyard done, junkyard done, junkyard done. Yeah. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, see? You come here for a show, baby. You gonna get it. You finna get it. Lady Celtic Moon, say hi to me and cheer me up. Oh, man, you should be happy that you're here, Lady Celtic Moon. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate you. You're always welcome. And you always bring sunshine to my world here on the YouTubes. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. D Fresh, what's happening? Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Doom, doom, doom. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I don't know the words to that. Mm-mm. But I can hum it. Mm-mm. She runs away. Me and my cousin were trying to do karaoke. I can't believe how terrible I am at karaoke. I know a lot of like lines from choruses, but I don't actually know any songs. Method Man, I got myself a 40, got myself a shorty, and about to go lift it. Yeah, I'm about to go get lifted. How about you remember this heck? Remember excuse me while I kiss the sky? Oh yeah. Lie, wanna die for their culture. Damn, the artist is turning out great. Thank you, Phantom Cave. I appreciate that. Lady Celtic Moon is here. Lady Celtic Moon. I'm so glad you came by. Happy New Year to you, says Junkyard Done. Junkyard, what's up? Roscoe Davis says, don't want to get head of things, but do you have other characters ideas in the wings for after Doom Kicker? Maybe a soulful voice singer, super sleuth. Ooh, that's actually a cool idea. I don't know. There's a great comic. I don't know if it's still. I don't know. Is is it Lion Forge still a company? I don't know if what's her name ruined it yet, but the a book called Jazz Maynard, and it's pretty cool because the artist figured out a way to kind of like infuse the idea of music in it, and it's a real jazzy. It's obviously it's called Jazz Maynard. Gary Shipman, hello sir, thank you man, I appreciate that dude. I always appreciate your opinion about my work, man. You're such a great artist, and I'm thankful for that. All right, I'm gonna try to like cut into the chest area again because I feel like I didn't really finish this earlier. And I was kind of using the wrong tool. I was using a smaller brush, and then what happened was it started to bleed a little bit, like this one is. Not bleed, but like flood. It was coming out a little strong, and so now I feel like I have to kind of come in and do some other stuff. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Doom, doom, doom. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Doom, 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 doom. Ain't no sunshine when. Thankfully, this ink dries pretty fast, so I'm always glad. What do you guys think about this setup? I don't have my setup quite squared away in OBS for my drawing table. I just set up my station here. I was feeling like choked out in my station, so that's a important thing about making sure you're um, squared away as far as like your space, and that you feel organized, that your head's on right with your space. Because I was always feeling like just like I was choking out in this space here. I was like always cluttered, and so I went ahead and I rearranged my office some this weekend. I put some things on hold just to so I can get that organized and squared away, and you know, uh, I feel really good. I eliminated. I have about check this out. I have about I want to say, dang, what do I call it? About almost 10 short boxes of comics. I'm blowing out, getting rid of. I heard Alejandro's down at Miami, bro. Road trip. Oh, yeah. We actually talked about trying to get together. So I'm not sure if he's. I know that TampaCon is coming. Maybe we can all meet up for TampaCon. I don't know if he's planning on doing that cons like that, but I love Alejandro. I can't wait to see him in person, meet him. Such a good dude. Well, I mean, I'm assuming he's a good dude. He could be a serial killer for all I know, but I think he's a good dude. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Anytime. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Dude, I heard Alejandro's down at my. He looks like a 6-year-old without that beard and mustache. Yeah, right. Yeah, he's a young looking dude, man. He probably is young, right? Isn't he? Got to be in like only like his mid, early mid 30s, probably. Let's sing some tunes, kids. How about let's reminisce about the days when we were kids and life was easy. There's some good ones, some good songs. One of my favorite types of music is I like when, well, not always, but especially in salsa music. I love one of my favorite artists is Tito Nieves, and Tito is really known for converting old old R&B music into salsa songs, and he did a an arrangement for Barry White's um, what's that song called? Help me out, Heck. I know you know. I know you know, Heck. 37? Whoa. You say he's just a friend. You say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you bought me some brush pens the other day. They're really fun to use and sketch with. Yeah, I'm going to be inking Barda with my Fudo, I don't know, Soke or something or other brushes. So we'll see how that goes. Well, those aren't quite brush pens, but they're labeled. I don't know why they label them as brush pens. I guess they kind of are, but I don't feel like they're that strong in the force that way. Ah, what was the name of that song, man? Um, well, I know how it goes. Give it up, ain't no use. I can't help myself if I wanted to. I'm hung up. It's a faster tempo in the salsa version. No doubt. Oh baby, you got what I need. Say it's just a framework. How about some Gypsy Kings? Oh, I love Gypsy Kings. Bang 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 bang. Mamma mia. Um, no man, but that Barry White song. Oh man, I can't help myself if I wanted to. I'm hung up. Migs, what's going on? No doubt. I'm so in love with you. For me, there's no way out. I should be going to Tampa sometime this year. Would you do a meet and greet? I would, Willia. I would. We'll pick up maybe like at a coffee shop or something, get some coffee, or maybe even a bar if you want to. Whatever. Hey, Ellie, I was watching Alejandro Mirabal's stream today, and he said he will be reaching out to you soon as he living in Miami now. I know. I had a few Latino girlfriends who introduced me to the Gypsy Kings, and Gypsy Kings was there was a little moment in my life when I was a younger man. Well, I was actually a kid. I was in high school still, I think, and I got really. There was remember when they used to have like blockbuster musics and stuff like that. Well, there was one close by, and it was a cool. I used to sample a lot of stuff, and that was when I first discovered them. And I was like, "What am I listening to?" They used to be listed under something called world music. It wasn't quite. I mean, it's not quite like flamenco, but it was kind of, it was like in that category. Kind of like I think what maybe what was that the blind singer, the Spanish guy or Italian, kind of what he might be listed under. And I got to listen to them. I really kind of fell in love with them. Don't you worry about a thing. It's a good song too. Digging your drawing. Thank you, Migs. Once upon a time, not long ago, when people were wearing pajamas and lived like slopes, there was a little kid that was misled. What? Jose, what you talking about? I can't sing much Stevie Wonder though, because his range is too high for me. I'm more of like a low tenor. And I used to sing in the choir. That was my spot. That's where I stayed. That was my zone. But I can't go too low like a Barry White either, so I kind of live in the middle. So slow, slick Rick. Oh, once upon a time, not long ago. Yo, I can't wait. LOL, most likely in April or May. Okay, well, just let me know. All right. As long as you're not a serial killer, and then in which case, I'm fine with that. Tiptoe to the Tulips by no, that was terrible. Eternity forever. Live life slow, slick Rick bedtime story. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. So that's not too shabby. That's looking pretty tight. All right. So I need to do something down here. I'm going to go ahead and Do you play any instruments, Jerk Mongo? Says Roscoe Davis. Well, I used to be a band captain when I was a kid. When I was growing up in New York City, the schools I went to that were in the community I lived in were big on music. So I and I was in a marching band. So I was a band captain. Um, we used to play. I used to play baritone horn, trombone, trumpet, all the mostly not all. Um, the mostly the brass instruments like things with valves and stuff. Um, I also played sousaphone, tuba. They were both mostly the same bass clef instruments. I never played guitar. I tried, but I started developing arthritis in my hands early in life. Not the kind that like this deforms your hands or anything, but the kind that just I get a lot of inflammation in my joints. So it hurts to draw sometimes, hurts to play, and especially hurt to try to like reach around the neck of a guitar. It was especially like those old Spanish guitars, which is what I was trying to learn on. Like to, I really enjoy flamenco music. Let's see. Slacker High says commission. Yeah, this is wrapping it up for. This was something that was purchased a while ago, actually, but the intent was for me to wrap up the inking, and I never got around to that. So I'm trying to get it done this weekend so I can ship it out next week. I love that style on the right fist. Oh, nice. Humphrey Bear. Dark is leaving. Gotta go. Have a good one, everybody. Let's great. Thank you. Thank you, Dark. I appreciate you, man. This brush has a weird, like, some of the, the, the bristles at the end are long. So it makes for an interesting way to kind of ink long, little, slender, skinny lines. But unfortunately, it sometimes wrecks my whole attempt at trying to be slick and sleek. Good, two of my favorite characters. Right now, what's up, Zay? Mm, 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 mm. Ba-da-ba-ba. I love brass, especially tuba. It's so cool. I mostly play strings though. Oh, that's cool, man. My son is playing guitar. It's weird. He's into rap and he plays guitar. Yeah. He's incorporating a lot of it. He's experimenting with different stuff. Love that kid. Love that kid. I love my daughter. I got good kids, man. Got good kids. I'm a blessed man. I don't always act like it, but I am. Favorite superhero movie? This is question. Lady Celtic Moon gave me $10. Oh my gosh. Thank you, lady. Oh my gosh. Thank you for that. Thank you, Blockheads. This question is for everybody. LOL. Don't laugh, but Kenny G puts on a great concert. I used to like Kenny G. That was here in Florida, especially in Tampa. There was a lot of like that kind of jazz. They used to, I guess, it was like soft jazz, or I don't know what you call it now, light jazz or something like that. There was a lot of that here in Florida. Can't put a price on good family. That's right, Roscoe. Like what you see and what want your own. Like what you see and want your own for commission pricing and info. The lab comment. Oh, thanks so much, Slacker High. I appreciate that. Slow jazz. Is that what they call it? Or is it smooth? Oh, smooth jazz. That's what it was. Smooth jazz. There used to be a radio station here, 94.1, smooth jazz. And I had it had its stuff, but you know, it didn't last long. I knew this dude though. He was a bodybuilder. This black dude was big. He was gigantic, man. And he loved him some jazz, man. He would play it all the time at work. I used to work in this like in this outdoor, I don't know what you're going to call it. it was a not a studio. It was like we used to paint. We used to make 3D objects like stuff for restaurants out of we cast it out of resin and um we would do all this stuff and get you know I gotta ink this in here though. I gotta ink this in here. Uh, we would be making all kinds of stuff. Most of the guys, we would all take turns listening to the radio, listening to different music. And this guy would bust out with smooth jazz. Everybody else was listening to heavy metal or whatever. And then here comes, I forgot his name. I think it was something with a D. Was it, was it Dwayne or something like that? Oh, he was a great dude, man. He was awesome. He cracked me up because he could like break me in half, and then yet he was like, "Hey, I like the saxophone." What concerts have you gone to that you wouldn't have if it was for a girl? I haven't, I didn't go. I have not been to many concerts at all. As a matter of fact, I'm not a very concert going type of dude. I've always wanted to see um, Harry Connick Jr. That's one of my dreams is to see Harry Connick in I mean, he's been to Florida a few times, and I've missed him every time. But maybe one day. Maybe one day. So favorite superhero movie? I don't know. I don't. I don't like them anymore. Um, Michael Bublé. I would love to see Michael. I almost saw Michael Bublé as well. I like him a lot. Uh, I don't. He's good. He's a great singer, but Harry Connick is he's an overall performer. Like he's got the he's a great composer. He's a great musician. He's a great singer. He's a great actor. I mean, he's just got all the juice, all the juices. All right, so I'm gonna try to ink this stuff in here. Give this some volume as well, some mass and volume, like a good haircut. He's a modern day Dino. Yeah, you think so? I only got to go to old people concerts, says Roscoe. I don't like what. Do, 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 do. All right. Thanks for answering. Uh, what Willie was asking about that movie thing. Um, I don't know. I think I'm affected by the so-called fatigue of these movies. I don't know if Marvel was I was all up on Marvel. I don't know. I guess I still have a couple of favorites. I still like Guardians, and um I still like Doctor Strange a lot. I think Ant Man's probably one of my favorite ones. I guess I like to laugh. Some of these other ones take themselves too seriously. I think Hector's laughing at me. All right. Since we're talking old school, did you ever do movie drive-ins growing up? I never did. There is one still here in Tampa. Um, it's in a really sketchy part of town. Um, but people still do it. It's still the cheapest way for, especially families that don't have a lot of money. They can take their families to see a movie like that. I never, growing up, I grew up in the Bronx, so I don't remember that at all. If it existed, I was too busy riding trains and playing with GI Joes or something. I was young. Let me see. Whoa! What happened? I thought I saw Lady Celtic Moon. Well, Monday, 3 weeks of remodeling starts. Remodeling. What do you mean, lady? Yo, I'm down to help you pack up Doomkicker for shipping hauler. Oh, I appreciate that, man. I don't know. I think Andy's gonna do that for me, but We're gonna work together on that. So let me see. I've been to see Ronnie Millsap twice. Still a great performer despite his age. Golden voice and great piano player. I saw Kenny Rogers at the Florida Strawberry Festival once. That was weird. I never thought I'd see Kenny Rogers. And it was not memorable. I I mean, I grew up. My dad loved Kenny Rogers. I grew up with the Gambler music, but I don't know. It just didn't. He didn't blow me away like I was expecting he should have. Remodeling 3 different rooms in my family home. Well, my home now. Wow, no kidding. Woo! Go ahead, Lady Celtic Moon. You know what? It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be all right. Nightmare about because of remodeling is cause of, it's because of a fire. Ooh, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna be all right. As long as we are in good shape, we're gonna be all right. I think I'm gonna leave this little patch of white right there. Bam. I'm gonna try to draw in some more brush strokes here. Pew pew pew. Pew 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 pew. I love a rainy night. Was that Ronnie Millsap? No, that's not Ronnie Millsap. Ronnie Millsap, though known for country, actually started off in Memphis as R&B. What? Rhythm and blues? Are you for reals? My mom was a big fan of B.J. Thomas. We used to listen to a lot of that on 8 track when I was a kid. When I was very young. She loved her some that and Eddie Rabbit. I don't remember. Remember Eddie Rabbit? Who was that guy? I remember the name now. I can't remember any song, but I know that. See Billy Joel every time he comes to St. Louis. I think I've seen him 5 times. Oh, I love Billy Joel. I'm in a New York state of mind. She's always a woman to me. My daughter, I raised my kids on you may be right, I may be crazy, but it just might be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the lights, don't try to save me. May be wrong, for all I know, you may be right. Brandon Moore says, I love a rainy night. I love a rainy. Eddie Rabbit sang, I love a rainy night, didn't he? Okay, maybe that's what it was. So what did Ronnie Millsap sing? I forgot Ronnie Millsap. I remember that the name was very prominent when I was a small child on the radio. Maybe it's on some of those old collections from Time Life or something. Is that Freedom Rock? Remember that? Whoa, is that Freedom Rock? Remember when we were so far away from Vietnam that people still talked about it all the time? Like that was a big topic, and it was a big deal in comics, a big deal in storytelling in general, movies. Smoky Rotten Rain is a big running. Is a big one of his. He actually had 21 #1 hits. No kidding. Ronnie Millsap, Stranger in My House. Don't remember any of those music. Okay, brother. I have finished my book by the end of this week. To all in the chat, Happy New Year and God bless you too. Heck, I appreciate you. Peace out. All right, I'm gonna add a little love up here. There we go. All right, so this is a pretty decent Darkseid. I'm having fun with this guy. He looks cool. I love you just the way you are. Ah, ah. Do, 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 do. That song right there flows right into another song I like. Oh my love, and it's so amazing, amazing. From Luther Vandross. Do 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 do. And my amazing love. I love when my XM is coming in for free and they have the Billy Joel channel. Oh, what time is it in America, people? I don't know. What time is it? All my clocks are off, and my phone is being used currently for YouTube. And it's so amazing, amazing. It's almost 12:30 here, says Roscoe Davis. Because I come from Australia. Australia. And you found amazing love. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Do-do. Do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm so amazing to be loved. I follow you to the moon and the sky above. All right, let's switch now to Barda. And it's so amazing, amazing. Where is those pens? Man, I have art supplies all over the place now because I kind of set it up a little differently. Do 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 do. Can we find amazing love? So the U.S. Army Jazz Ambassadors not long ago. That was great. I don't know what that is. Are they Army thing? All right, this might work. I'll use this. So this is another Kuretake brush thing. Ooh, I just had a little cramp in my hand. All right, I'm gonna have to pin this down so it doesn't move on me. I can't have mistakies. My chair is so squeaky. Sorry. And we find amazing love. Big Band, they have videos on YouTube. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like to see that. I fell asleep late last night, and I dreamed that the night had gone almost half the day away. I just got up so that I can hear her say she's still in love, and no one can take her love away. Ooh, love wakes me up every day. You don't have to guess what's going on inside my head. Just try to know everything that our hearts say. Listen to love and always get love to lead the way. Whenever you love. This is the Quiet Storm with the Jerk Walker. There's nothing better than love. What in the world could you ever be thinking of is better by far. So let yourself reach for that star, and it won't matter by far to the one you love. To love, and I mean all these words I say. You don't have. All right, Phantom Cave. See ya. To guess what's going on inside my head. Just trying to know. Do 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 do. Listen to love and knowing in love to lead the way. Mm-mm-mm. Whenever you love, there's nothing better. That was Luther Vandross and Gregory Hines. You guys remember that Gregory Hines? Did he die? I wonder if he passed away. He was a really good singer. He held his own with Luther. That was tough. Yeah, I'm an R&B guy. Soul. I'm a soul guy. No, my brother, you got to get your own. Gregory Hines died a few years back. Wow, no kidding. Ugh, that's sad. Well, I'm getting older too. Hell, I might die. We're all gonna die. Early 2000s, I think. Oof, oof, oof. All right. Dun, 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 dun. If this world were mine, I would place at your feet all that I own. You've been so good to me. If this world were mine, I'd give you the flowers, the birds and the bees, and with your love beside me, it would be all I need. If this world were excuse me. My eyes, I'd give you anything. Thank you very much. Hard to believe 2K was 20 years ago. Gosh, I know, man. I cannot believe it myself. If this world were mine. Eric Hawkins says, everyone have a great night. Got to head to bed. Looks great, Elliot. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I would make you a queen with wealth untold. You can have anything. Anybody excited for the Super Bowl? I was talking to a friend, and we were going over the. I have not really actually watched a football game in about 6 years, 7 years. Not in its entirety. I hate football nowadays. Nope, not here. Yeah, I would like. I miss being interested in football. I miss being into it, but I just don't care. Only if KC goes. Uh oh. Uh oh. Do you think they will? Uh oh. This is still moving on me. I might have to tape it down after all. There's not enough strength in this. I'm using magnets to hold this down, but the downside is if the metal you're using is too thin, there's just not enough material for the magnets to grip onto. So everybody's everything's moving around like an earthquake. Um, I missed this weekend games. Were they exciting? I don't know. I guess apparently um, Tennessee beat beat New England, so New England's not going anywhere, which is interesting because they're always kind of picked to go. Only if we get the jerk mong or jazz band serving up some sweet sounds of soul for the halftime show. I suspect that will not be, but hey, thanks. Thanks for the vote of confidence. All right. All right. We're about 9 minutes away or 8 minutes away from an hour. So I'm probably going to stop this and for at the hour mark. What do you guys think? Should I keep going? Anybody want to keep going with me, or are you guys bored to tears already? Which is fine. I just need some support while I work on this. No, yes, yeah. Brady is done. They say. You think so? I mean, everybody has to be finished at some point, but keep going. All right, Lady Celtic, I'll do it for you because I know you're having a hard day. All right. I should be sleeping, but I'm enjoying this immensely, says Roscoe. Right on. I'm here till you finish. Thank you. Well, all right, then I'll keep going with you guys if you guys are cool. Um, this is actually belongs to Jeremiah Jones, and I've been intending to send it out to him, and I haven't had the chance. Like I said, I'd like to get this complete if I could tonight. I was going to finish it anyway if you guys were going to hang with me, but I'd like to finally get this out. He deserves it. And that reminds me, I got a lot of backlog to take care of, so I'll be taking care of that as well. Eternity forever. Do you think it's good to learn inking from copying coloring books that are reprinted material like Hush? Copying the color. I see what you're saying. Well, someone asked me this over on Instagram earlier. They asked me about like what's a good exercise to do for inking. I suggest what I was taught. Well, I wasn't taught this. I gleaned this from someone, and they kind of said this, but I was like, they were kind of they weren't being very direct, but I kind of figured it out. What's up, Fly Fox? What I would suggest you do, I mean, that is a way. That is a way to learn some stuff, but I really recommend that you are, well, first of all, that's what you're going to use to see clear inks. I mean, I always recommend that if you want to learn to ink, you want to look at as clear a product as possible to kind of understand the inking philosophy. It's like different artists do different things. Some people like me, I sometimes draw with my brushes. So for me, this is a lot. For me, it's a lot like painting. Inking's a lot like painting for me. Um, I like abstract shapes and noise that kind of comes together some other way. Um, but some people have a very strong philosophy on, but I still employ principles that make sense. Like um, I I still use light. I still wherever the light is hitting my my subject matter, I try to ink that lighter or with thinner lines, and then wherever the shadows would be, like for instance, I'm going to ink the bottoms. That's why this piece here under the knee here, this is comes to a thin line, but then this part's bold because this is the part that's facing away from the light, so it's going to have a bolder line. And what that does is it makes it feel more it makes it feel round, almost like it's the beginning of a gradient, if you will. So the answer to your question, as far as what you were asking, what if that works for you, that's great. That at least will show you some of what that artist is thinking. What I also recommend, though, is that you try to draw with the tools. So, for example, try to draw with a brush. Try to draw with your nib. That's the best way to learn, because that's in doing those type of things is where you'll start to you'll discover. It'll be like happy accidents. You'll discover, oh, if I do this, this is what happens. Oh, if I do that, that's this is what happens when I hold the brush this way, or when I hold um, the nib at this length away from the art, the surface. This is what happens. So it's that sort of thing that I think you want to shoot for. Um, I'm so excited to finally have started it. I was procrastinating for too long with this Fly Fox, trying to get better before I actually put pencil to paper. I finally got over the fear and started. Let's see. I just finished the penciling the first page of my first comic book. I'm pretty excited. Oh, very cool, man. Very cool. I missed all those comments. Thank you. That's great, man. Congratulations, man. And once you pay attention to those type of, I don't want to call them tricks, habits or techniques, really is a better term. Then you'll discover ways for you to adopt those type of techniques in your own work. Um, Draw with a nib without using any pencil. Yes, like don't work over something that's too precious to you. Otherwise, it might discourage you. But I'm saying, draw with the nib. Like try to draw something, a figure or a face or whatever. Try to draw that object or that thing with the tool. I did a lot of it with the brush, and that's what got me comfortable with brushes. And all of a sudden, I was like, oh, this is what it means when they mean this. Or and then all the books that I ever read kind of came together in my mind. I was like, oh, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, I got it. So anyway, um, excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna add another line here because I'm gonna add a little more depth to the shadow so I can avoid the dreaded um, what's the word? What John Malone talks about all the time, the tangent line. What was that last comment? Um, okay, thanks. Like Kim Jong or EVS. Yeah, like EVS is actually has a very unique technique he employs. If I understand correctly, he's really drawing with the pens that he uses. So it's got another. It's not traditional in the sense like how inkers have inked for a while. It's very, I don't want to say unorthodox. I mean, anything is orthodox in terms of like, people have always just drawn, just draw. but you'll learn from studying the work and then just using the tool. Frankly, you'll understand after a while. Oh, this is the this will become the expected outcome every time you use it. That's what I'm trying to say, and that comes from the study of that kind of work. All right, so I'm going to come in here now. I need to squeeze the barrel again. Do you do digital, Kylie? How you doing, Kyle? Art as well? Yes, I do. So I'm just squeezing this to try to get more ink flowing. Um, the other thing, well, anyway, but yeah, so that's really what that technique will afford you is the just the by that's the kind of studying I mean when I tell people study the other people's work. You're really trying to. Sometimes it's a matter of. I know a friend of mine used to. All my friends that went to like fine art schools, they all learned in their way, or in those schools rather, that almost every time they all try to repaint a famous painting or something like the Mona Lisa or whatever, to kind of understand what was the process for that artist. So that's kind of the same idea. But I mean I'm confident with my drawings, so I don't have a problem drawing. It was just trying to learn how to draw. So if you're not comfortable drawing, you might still be a little challenging trying to draw something with a tool like that. But on the other hand, even if you're not a perfect draftsman, you can still apply the principles of whatever you're doing, just like you would practice drawing with a pencil, practice it with the nib, and try to draw the thing. That's going to help a lot. That's going to help a lot because now you're practicing. You're just. It's really about learning to get a feel for the tool, and once you have that feel, you can keep rocking and rolling. Roscoe says, Yerkmonger, have you done any Lone Star art besides your cover? No. Well, no, I did a couple. I've done a couple of like like things that I sold in auctions. I did a couple of things like that. I don't remember now. I don't have. I think I have some of it scanned. I know I did one larger one, a 9x12, and I did a small one. You did not do trading cards for Lone Star? I don't. I don't think I did. I don't remember doing trading cards. Um, oh, I did the cover. I did the cover. I might have. It's funny. It's funny you asked that because I don't remember now. Yes, for Lone Star, I paid for one. For trading card? Which one was that? Which one was that? Yeah, I can't remember now. There's been so much art produced over the last year. Sometimes I forget what I've done. I heard Edwin and Mike talk about that recently. They were just kind of going over the how much Mike produced last year. It's quite a bit. And he's a pretty productive dude. Mike S. Miller is. I love these pens. The ink is okay, but I really like the way that how flexible of a tool. It doesn't quite flex as much as a brush, obviously, but it has a great I don't know. It's like using a small tiny brush. You get nice thins, and then nice thick. And you can do that easily and quickly. Someone was asking me earlier why I was using the smaller micron pens. I was saying that, and this is the result. Is I was trying to get comfortable using. I've been doing so much digital work lately. I don't do a lot of brush work, so I was trying to draw to get comfortable again. So it's just a technique I do to reacquaint myself with the tools and get comfortable again with what I'm trying to accomplish. I like how I'm using this different technique here with Barda, but it's working well against the feathered, stuff. So it's just creating another layer of another language to separate the two characters. She's always been very graphic to me. By graphic, I mean she looks like she's got very primary colored, and she's got the yellow and the blue and still touches of red, um, metallics and stuff like that. But in general, Darkseid's always more epic and more flowy to me. Good characterization. Each method works with their personality. Yeah, right on. That's what I'm. Well, I mean, I'll come back in and do some brush work on her too, but I like this stuff. She's also very much more classic Kirby. He's a obviously a clear Kirby design. Let me see. Original sketch car round one. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I forgot about that. Thanks, Lady Celtic. I appreciate that. But he's not a very like intensely Kirby design. He's kind of basic. Where Barda has got a lot of the look that Kirby would use on a lot of his characters. Really interesting design elements in the costume. The shapes, the little squiggle shapes that he would employ in a lot of his work. So I see a post on Instagram. You're going to do another live stream here on YouTube. I come over to YouTube to see no one video, fall asleep. I wake up to see you started a video an hour ago. Just my luck. Oh, brother, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I almost posted it again on Instagram to let people know. I apologize. I got caught up with um, some instructional stuff I was trying to get a handle on. All right, so I'm gonna do this. I'm trying not to fill in any shapes. Like I shouldn't have done that there because this is giving me trouble for later. I'm trying to just use it for the. God, I gotta get that rug. My chair keeps slipping back. The more pressure I put against. Against the chair, the table, it pushes me back further because my office is in the garage and the floor is pitched. All right, let's see. I love being able to draw these nice little finish lines. I normally try to finish everything off super thin, and that's why I use the brush pen so much before. Not your fault. I should have fallen asleep. I snooze, I lose. No, man. No worries, man. But I love. This is one of the things I love about like Evan Shainer's work and Sami. I like the use of these graphic shapes and lines. Just feels so comfortable, and these tools like this one work so well to get that accomplished. All right, I'm gonna give her a little mole. I don't know if Doug would appreciate that. Okay, dear, I need to start heading out, getting a headache. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I hope you had a good time. I hope this was able to distract you for a little bit. Thanks for staying with me. Is it my drawing? It's my drawing, isn't it? I knew it. I knew it. Maybe it's my singing. It's my singing. I don't know. Good night, Lady Celtic. Thank you so much. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that as well. All right, so I'm going to come in here. One of my favorite things about comic art, by far, is the when it's done traditional, like old school. It's just cool to just be what it is, you know. Like I said, do you still using iPad for drawing, inking, Elliot? How you like it now? I really like the iPad a lot, um, and I expect to continue to use it the way I'm using it, primarily for my most of my work. I will say that um, there are some limitations, but they're not a big deal, and it's not a deal breaker for me. I enjoy. I don't have a Mobile Studio Pro anymore. Oh, I still have the old one, but it doesn't work very well. So for me, awful redneck, what's up? I love the smell of napalm in the morning. That's gasoline smell. It smells like victory. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a great tool. I think it's a powerful tool. The only thing I told this to Brian the other day. The only thing is that I will say is that it's not. It limits you with things like Photoshop. If you enjoy using Photoshop, and I basically grew up on Photoshop, so I feel like I'm always, there's a part of me that I feel little off without using it, but it's just forcing me to learn new apps, which I'm learning with things like um, Procreate. Now, I'm learning to appreciate Procreate more. I'm still not sure I love Procreate. That I'm not sure. Um, but I like it enough, if that makes sense. So I just recently purchased some brushes that I again worked out really well, and they're a good set of brushes from True Grit Texture Supply. Great brushes, great company. I like that company a lot. Not reasonably priced for the amount of brushes I got. It's pretty impressive. The only downside is, it's only for like I really like using Clip Studio as a replacement for Photoshop on any device. It definitely does comics better, but um, they don't make they're not making brushes for that. They're making brushes for Photoshop and for Procreate. So, I'm looking the thing I was going to say was that like I'm used to doing everything in one program, and for me, Photoshop was the program that I never really cared about shifting from. But I've noticed that in actuality, as I'm working through it, the the it's really just a matter of, and I'm thinking it's because I've always worked in a hyper professional environment where there was, we always had computers, and the companies I worked for always provided all the tools, so we were able to do all of the work in one box, if you will, like on a laptop or on a desktop, um, mostly through the Adobe applications. This now has created another level of frustration because I can't just do that. But I'm realizing that everyone's been doing it like this, where that you guys have been working in separate programs to get different things done. Like I hear a lot that a lot of schools are using, say, Sketchbook for their for their drawing, and then they'll go over to another program for painting, and then they'll go. I'm like, oh, okay, but that's not that different. I mean, I just learned to draw to do everything in Photoshop for so long. Now I'm starting to realize, okay, I just gotta get used to using different apps for different reasons, for with different purposes. The downside to that, if there's a downside, it's that it can get expensive. And but the good news is that most of the apps in the iPad are pretty inexpensive. So you're buying a lot of stuff, but you're also, once you find the thing you like, you can kind of settle down and keep it going. I still need to kind of fidget a little bit and work with different programs. So the iPad is a very good tool. Um, I gave these guys a chance, and they didn't want to connect with me, the mobile studio guys, Wacom. I was willing to give it another chance, but they slept on sending me a at least a tester. Um, I tried it in New York Comic Con, but and it was good. But it's like everything else. It's still a Windows based machine. Um, I still have to make sure it's updated all the time, and the technology is moving so fast. I mean, that the mobile studio I got just a few years ago. Well, but I stopped using it last year because it just stopped working on me, and that sucks. Force One says this piece is looking freaking cool as cool can be. Best compliment I can give without saying the word you hate. Awesome, or dropping some expletives, which I know you're trying to keep kid friendly. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Um, but hey, I can't control you. So Photoshop is still my first love, and that's whenever I can. So one of the things I noticed, I've been following this other YouTuber. He's an instructor. He still works in Photoshop primarily on most of the Adobe products. But it sounds like he has a similar experience. That he's grew up in that space, so he still uses most of that stuff. Um, I like Clip Studio a lot, though. I like it a lot. I like it for what it does. It's a very powerful tool, and but I don't think I finished this point. I will say, I will say that this new brush pack is called Rusty Nib from um, True Grit, True Grit Texture Supply. Man, that thing is awesome. There's some good brushes. I think Kanan's using them now, and they're a sweet. They're a nice set. I was impressed. One of the things I don't like about Procreate is the way that it something about the brushes are weird. They use something I forget. I think he gave me the hint. The guy I was listening to. I got to go back and refresh my memory of that. There was something he mentioned. I think is a preference that I think has something to do with it. It's just such a weird thing, like the way the brushes interact. Someone was walking me through it. Was I? I think it was on here. Or was it over there on Instagram? I can't remember. But it was on Instagram. But they were helping me out with it, and I got it to work better. But there's still some challenges. Yuck, Windows, Norton's, antivirus, all the things I find so annoying. I prefer my Apple products and Malwarebytes. Yeah, that's still, and that still was great about Apple products. As much as for a while I was frustrated with Apple, and I kind of still am. My daughter just we had to upgrade her phone, and she wanted an iPhone. I was so like, ugh. But whatever. Um, but I just hate that they're so like snotty over there at that store. It drives me crazy. But regardless, the I forgot what I was trying to say, but to compliment them, it's despite my issues with them, they make a good product, and so I still feel comfortable with that. I always felt like my PCs, anything that had Windows on it was about to fall apart, It's unfortunate because a lot of people I know that use PCs are fine with them, especially like gaming people and stuff like that, and other artists that use they build their own machines. I never built my machine, so I'm having trouble. So I would like to. If I don't want to spend any more money, the mobile or the iPad. Well, like I said, it was a gift, so I didn't get to pay for that. So that was fantastic. The It was a birthday gift, and the mobile studio costs was like about twice the price of an iPad. So if Wacom wants to bring me back, they're gonna have to supply the tool. Um, at this point, I've already invested some money in Apple product now, so I'm not that excited to go running and spending more money on Windows stuff again. I mean, I still have my mobile studio, but the reason why it's supposedly the reason why it didn't work as well is because my mobile studio was a dual core, and a lot of the stuff that was getting upgraded for the new operating system was for quad core. Well, that's great, but it left me in a lurch as far as I was concerned, because I would try to use Photoshop and it just kept crashing on me. It was terrible. Former dances, I have had both a Mac and a PC, and because I like to play video games as well as do art, I will go PC going forward. Well, then, that's fair. I mean, if hopefully you know what you're doing. I'm not a builder. I don't know how to fix things, and it was just. And then it wasn't even at the end of the day, it wasn't even a software issue. It was strictly a hardware issue, and that sucked because I only had that computer for a couple years. It was brand new when I got it, and it it was a quitter. I hate that, and I wanted to give it a chance. Then I heard that, um, what's his name, and it might be just the Wacom, you know, that particular product, but I heard that Kyung had a problem with his, and Malin had a problem with his, and I was like, oof, I don't want to mess with that no more. I don't want no more of that. Excuse me. All right, so I'm almost done here. I think we're about almost an hour and a half in. I'm going to just add some feathery love over here. Some feather love. Listen to me. It sounds like I'm a weird bird person. And that's what I love about, your traditional art materials. I love that I can get these nice looks. But you can get them like that too in digital. You just gotta play with different things. I prefer Apple's Force One because it is simple. I'm a simple man. It is simple. It is simple. It's too simple for me as a phone device. I don't care for the Apple phone. Um, Maybe it's because I'm used to using droids and stuff like that. I really do like my droid though. I like Android. Well, mainly because I like Samsung products. I really like the Samsung company. I like their TVs. I like all that good stuff. Now, what I do have to get, I think I need to get a Fire Stick. I think I'm about to cancel. I did prefer Final Cut to Premiere when I was editing videos. Really? I don't know the difference. Those are film editing, right? So Mac won that one. Excuse me. All right. So overall, Barda's rocking out. She's got some strength. A lot of my inking techniques using brushes are I inherit the style from classic inkers. So I like doing these like Joe Sinnott level brush strokes. I don't do them enough though. I tend to back off a bit, but I like it. know you like Samsung, but after my issue with Samsung before I switched to iPhone, I will never use a Samsung phone again. Oh, I'm sorry. Something about Barda's inks remind me of Kirby. Yeah, yeah. I definitely was trying to channel some of that. Appreciate that. So I know she's got mostly blue, but I can't remember. So I'm going to leave this alone because I feel like I got most of what I needed. This one. I got I Love a Rainy Night in my head now. All right, so I'm pushing heavier, beefier lines here in the bottom. And such. Could just be the design is still strong. That's true. That's true, Farmer Dan. I'm totally with you on iPad as a tablet and Android on the phone. Not so much Samsung though. I'm OnePlus. Oh, thanks, Sam Dunham. I appreciate you visiting. Yeah, whatever. I like it. I'm a big fan of the Note, although I'm not sure I'm going to be upgrading to the Note, the new Note. I can't afford it. That phone cost me so much. A Note 8, and then there was all these troubles before. I don't know. I don't know that I'm that concerned. Now that I have an iPad, I'm not worried about. Like the main reason why I got the Note was because I really liked how large it was. That I could I could, if I wanted to show someone a piece of art, it wasn't on this tiny phone that everybody else was using, and I felt good about that. And then I get the iPad, and I'm like, I use it, I take it with me everywhere I go. So if I need to show someone art, so do I really need a note anymore? I don't like sketching on the phone anyway. I used to do it anyway. It was fun. I enjoy it, but you know, I just don't know if it's worth spending another $1,300 or $1,500 on a phone. I mean, I had to finance the 8, and I just paid it off. Now that and they also come out with a new iPad too. Go figure. Go figure. Go figure. Meet. Anyway. All right. I'm definitely inking a little differently here. You probably already said this previously. I did miss an hour of your show, but what is beautiful piece? What is this beautiful piece for? This is someone a while back had purchased this at an auction, an art auction, in front one of the Friday night auctions, and I was supposed to finish the artwork and then ink it, and I never did that part. And I'm so glad, um, that the customer is such a good buddy of mine. So they're very fair, and they, understood. But I'm trying to get caught up with everything now. I got a couple things I know. I got to talk to Uncanny Kodiak. I owe something to Critias. I owe a few things, so I want to move on and I gotta get these things complete so I can move on with my life. So overall, not too shabby. Now, question is, I probably could throw a little black shape here to represent the rest of his leg, which I will. The question is, I feel like the background, because there's so much heat on the foreground here, I feel like there should be something else in the background, maybe with gray. What do you guys think? Should I add gray in there? I gotta find my gray brush, whatever that is. Actually, it's in my let me find that gray brush. What did I do? What did I do? It's in this pack. I believe, yeah. I got a bunch of little packs and pads and Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's test this out on a separate piece of paper so I don't make no mistakes, baby. Let's not make no mistakes, baby. I got this one here. So this has a warm gray. It's called just gray. It's another Pentel brush pen, but it's got a light gray cap. I believe it's like a warm gray, so I might use it in the background to create like a lightning effect. I like drawing like the way that Mignola will do like some cool streaky stuff. I need a piece of paper to test this on. I guess I can use. Nope, not that. What did I do? Oh, for crying out loud! I have paper, but I got stacks of stuff. Oh, gee whiz! All right, this let's try this white napkin stuff. All right, so it's a very dark gray. It's not that light. So the downside to this idea is if the value of the gray ink is so dark that it's going to compete with the black, then it's just going to be dark everywhere. I don't want to do that. So I do have other brushes somewhere. What did I do with the other set? It's in my bag. I have it in my briefcase here. My wife got me a nice leather satchel for Christmas. I'm very happy about that. So I have this little, yeah, I have it in here. So this is another gray. This is the same pocket brush pen, but you can see real close. It has a slightly different color here on that little band. It's a gray. So this is, but I think I filled this with another mixture, which is good. But I need to also grab my other brush. No, I think this one has the mixture. I can't be sure. So we're going to test these out. I always forget. So this is the one. I have a piece of tape on here to identify this for what it is. Also dark. Okay. This might have, oh, see, okay. You can kind of see this is lighter than I thought, but it's just lighter than that. This is like a dark gray, like a charcoal. This is like a light charcoal. And I did it on purpose. I really shouldn't have, but anyway. This one has a little bit lighter. So let's let this dry so we can be sure. And also I'm working on, it looks an awful lot like the same as that, but it's just slightly lighter. It's just slightly lighter. So I think on there. So what I might do, well, I don't have any water in here right now. Oh, I do. Hold on. What I might do is I'm going to take I have these Doug. I've seen Doug do it before. He'll take some ink and he'll make a little wash in a bottle cap. And I kept a bunch of bottle caps for that very purpose, so I can do that sort of thing. Let me see. Farmer Dan says, I have found that when I sketch on the phone, it often feels more loose and has a certain life that I have to work more for on using my Cintiq. Maybe I'm just crazy. I think it's because you're working really small and you're using different types of strokes. Here, I got some beer bottle caps right here. This is a Mike's Hard Lemonade cap. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little water in here. And I have a little spritz bottle right here. I'm just going to spray some water just to kind of dilute my gray ink. I'm using the lightest ink to dilute. Let me see what else we got here. You need some Kirby crackle in the background. Maybe Sequential Treasures. Thanks for coming by the way. I just want to be careful. I want to do weird heavy shades. My next payment will pay off my Note 8, but, says Curious 2A, I added a tab, so it will be the same as it was before. Wah, wah. Sequential Treasures says, Jerkmark, you need some Kirby crackle in the background. He's getting mad at me. Slacker High says, when Darkseid is angry, he always emits that explosive aura. What about that? Maybe. Jiggity jerk manga. What's up, Mike? What's up? Needs them laser eyes. Nah, I'm not gonna do that right now. Hey y'all. It says Trash Fire. How you doing, Trash Fire? Do you people ever sleep? He says as he watches at midnight. Yeah, right. Hi, Trash Fire. All right, Brother Miller. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put my water somewhere here. It's just a little. It's not a lot of water. It's just enough to. And you can see the brush, the end of the thing's got like a brown. It's more brown than it is gray. It's like a warm gray. ¿Qué onda, hermano? Matt V, what's up? All right. All right, I'm gonna put a little more water, just to kind of, just to give me enough to water this down. And so I just want to be able to see. I'm just gonna kind of, just to kind of push a little tone. I don't want to do a lot. Yeah, see, that's nice. That's nice. It's light. It's light. It's like a light beer. It's a light beer. It's not. It's not completely crazy. It's just enough to just just to taste great. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll do my Kirby Crackle in negative, like a white instead. What do you think? I like that idea actually. All right, so I'll put a little more energy over here. By energy, I mean my own energy. I don't mean Kirby Crackle energy, although nothing wrong with that. All right, I'm kind of, again, this is, remember I was saying earlier about drawing with a brush. This is what I mean. This is how I learned inking, was by, you know, trying different things out with the tool, and give myself a little room to make mistakes if I had to. Kyle Lee says, if they are fighting on Apocalypse, then it should have a flame in the background. Sure, maybe. Sometimes I like to put lighting anyway. It's like a Hellboy thing. I get that from Mike Mignola. All right, let's add some love over here. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Oh no no, don't do it. Don't go to bed with a price on your head. Oh no no, don't do it. Keep your eye on the sparrow. Let's see what you guys have said. You crazies like living east of the Mississippi. Yeah, I should be asleep, but what time is it now? Okay, so I'm just kind of putting some energy around here. Now, I didn't plan this way, so I might have to add a few more dots here and there. The singing, the art is good too. Thank you, Farmer. 121. Okay, Ellie, when do you sleep? Good Lord, it seems like you up all. I've been up a lot. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I kind of, have stuff keeping me up at night. So next time I see you guys, I'll probably be during the walk and talk again. So I hope you guys will join me. For those of you who like to be part of that, and I really encourage you guys to do it too. You know, it'd be cool if we can walk and talk together. You know, I kind of love to see that happen. I know R2D2 for live walks with me. Well, I think he walks. I don't think he walks with me, but I really appreciate that. See how it's coming out? It's pretty cool. I think it's cool. It's late, says Matt V. When the ink lines get narrow. It's 2:21 a.m. Eastern Standard. Oh, it's 2. Oh, that's why. Walk it, talk it. Ellie, you and I live in the same time zone. It's 2:22 at the moment. Alpha Redneck says, nice. Well, I'm going to sleep, you weirdos, and have a good night or morning or whatever. Thank you, Farmer Dan. Have a great night. That's coming out great. Thanks, man. All right, so I'm going to add some back here. I don't want to overpower everything. I just kind of want to add here and there and maybe just bring it out along here, perhaps. I'm going to put a big one here, or a bigger one, I should say. I'm going to put a little more water in that because it's getting a little dark. So I want to diffuse those tones and those values. And all you got to do is just add a little water to the actual brush. Obviously, this is gray. If I did it with black, it would be a little darker, but you get the same effect. I'll put this down for a second. I'm going to readjust my camera a bit so you guys can see it better. Mini crop circles. That's funny. I just realized my iPad's battery is down to 30%. My iPad's getting old. I'm going to have to upgrade the iPad eventually. Oh. I was just watching Collateral. Cool details. See you, Farmer Dan. Good night, Dan. All right. Let me make an adjustment real quick. Fix this for you. There you go. That works. That works. And all I'm doing is I'm just working off a little bottle cap of water. Just a little bit of water, just enough to help diffuse the intensity of the gray, so it's not exactly 100%. You know, I don't want to water it down so much, but at the same time, I kind of need it to calm down a bit. I'm starting to sound like what's his name? The artist guy. Happy Trees. Georgia Sousa, how are you, Georges? All right. All right. So that's pretty cool. All right. Mini crop circles. Dude, the grays in the background look so cool. When did you find out or figure this technique? It's I'm just using it like, well, I did it by accident one time as far as the using this way. I do it sometimes with the colors. Like I'll sometimes with the color brush pens. I'll that's I saw someone use it like that in watercolor. So I said, okay. And then I tried it one time with gray, and obviously you lose a lot of the pigment coming out of there, but that's preferable in my case because I want to keep, you know, I want this to be a lighter, you know, thing. But right now it's really faint. It's hardly noticeable that there's gray there, but that's all right. You know, I like the fluctuation in value. Um, but it's basically the same idea as like an ink wash. Is all I'm doing, an ink wash. I'm just using this tool, the brush pen, with the ink that's already flowing from the reservoir in the, you know, up in here. It's just forcing it. It's just using it a different way. So it's washing out what's already coming out of the tube. I've done while inking with brush and ink, but never occurred to do that with the brush pen. Yeah. Mavi says, I always enjoy my crackle to be Kirby-fied. Kirby-esque. It's Kirby-licious. Kirby-esque? Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you talking about? It's not that channel. Not that kind of channel. All right.
Oh, I know, Matt. Don't worry about it. I know what you're trying to say. I'm being silly. Dun, 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 dun. And then what I'll do in some of these areas, I'm going to go ahead and fill it out with gray crackle as it dissipates. So it's trying to decide what it's going to be. Thank you, George. George, I appreciate that, man. Are you going to make Darkseid's eyes red? Man, I don't want to add color, but you know what? I might as well. I'm going to put some gray in the bottom. You guys can't see it. I'm just using it to ground it a little bit. Okay. All right. That's it for the water. Just the eyes. Just the eyes. All right, you got it. Let's do that to the eyes. The eyes have it. Oh, you know what I can also do with this? I probably should do this. This would help a lot, actually, to separate some of the values and tones. Let's add a little more water into the brush pen here. And I'm going to do some gray here. This will make the red pop a lot more, too. Antonio is my dog. Is this a commission piece? This is a yes. Short answer is yes. Long answer is sure, sorta, but yes. I'm gonna add this gray because he's got gray skin, right? I love Darkseid. Dun, 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 dun. Antonio, is this the style you were talking about that you liked? We've been talking about my various modifications in my work, different things that I do, how it's my style's evolved over time. Yes, it is. Uh-oh, I gotta go to bed doing some OT tomorrow. I gotta get up early to call and find my report time. And he's pay off a few more debts. I hear you, man. I'm gonna probably be getting back into the workforce myself, my friend. So I appreciate what you're saying. All right, and I'm gonna add a little bit down here. Oh, you can't see it. I'm gonna add a little bit. This is what I want in a commission. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well then, this is definitely a commission. This is commission level work, right? This is what you get when you pay more money. But for my doodles and sketches and such, I want to try to keep it a little different. All right, so I put the gray into his skin. Overall, very, very happy. Let's go ahead and add that red that we had just discussed. And I put that red brush somewhere. What did I do with it? Uh-oh. This is bad. Is this it? Yeah, here we go. Ooh, I'm almost out of red. Let's do it. Let's do it right here. All right, so almost 2 hours more. So this is about a 3 hour project to ink this piece to the level that I have it at. It could have been longer, it could have been shorter, but I did what I did and I'm happy with it. This is what it looks like overall. Oh, I might let it dry a minute so I can try to add in some white details with the brush with the jelly roll. But I'm really happy. I'm really happy. Uncanny Kodiak. What's up, man? I was just thinking about you. I can barely see that little detail I put in there, but make the gem in her helmet red. Is that red also? Oh, see, next thing you know, I'm gonna color the whole thing. This is what I was afraid of. This is what I was afraid of. Okay. Beautiful. I'm going to bed. Good night. Great job. Hope the work keeps flowing for you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. I didn't do it. It was a reverse universe me. All right. All right. All right. All right. Oh, be careful. I don't want to drop stuff. So, overall, I got to stop slapping that down. That's bad. Sequential Treasure says perfection. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Let me back this up a little more so you can see a little better the overall piece. En serio, la fuerza laboral. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. So overall, really happy. Thank you, King Crow. You know, it's got some weird spots, but it feels good. Feels good. Probably should sign it, huh? What do you guys think about that? Should I sign it? To know that you're by my side, it feels good. To know that you're always ever me. To know that you'll always be around. Where is my pens? Where my pens at? Oh, well, I got some right here. Oh, oh, baby. Remember that song? That was a crazy song. Yeah, you see how these were the other. Uh, this is the darker one. This is that. This is the one I was just using, and then I was using it softer. All right. Oh, I got to get rid of that piece there. Okay. All right. I like using my gel pen. Here we go. Oh. Whoosh. Shazam! With one magic word. Shazam! Actually, I feel like it's... You guys need to see a little bit better, perhaps. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. All right. I think we're good, huh? I think we're good. I'm pretty happy. It's pretty epic. Battle for the ages. Oh, I should add some. I'm gonna add some more gel, some white to it. Let's try that. I'm gonna do a little bit of that. EPIC. I like creating textures and random things. I like adding little pieces like that. Just makes it noisy. Same thing. I'm gonna fix her eye a little bit, and then I'm gonna add some. See, I got some white on my hand now. I put it right on top of that stuff right there. Thankfully, most of it dried. How about that? How about them apples? You like apples? How about them apples? I like doing this little like thing where it looks almost like a star field. Yeah, it's cool. Let's give it a little whitey right there. Bam. All right, and I want to do here is I'm gonna cut into his face a bit to make it look a little more craggy. Is that even a word? Is craggy a word? I don't know if it's a word. It sounds like a onomatopoeia, but I think it is a word. Yeah, I'm gonna pull in a little more so you can see it. A great cosmic Spider-Man. Maybe. I've never drawn him before. Whomsoever get this piece gets genuine Ellie Fernandez hand flakes. It's like cornflakes. Josh Graydon says, "What's going down, Elliot?" I don't. Hopefully this is. Whoa, my thing stopped working for a split second. Why? Are the YouTube gods mad at me? Is that what's going on? Here. Yeah, this is good. This was a good choice. I'm gonna stop soon though, because I'm going into it too much, but I like it. It brings nice detail to his face, and I could do that with tones and value stuff. Yeah, yeah, I like it. I like it. I don't just like it; I like it a lot. All right, kids, that's it. That's it for tonight. I appreciate you guys. Well, we got 3 more minutes. That's like 2.5 minutes left before I sign off. If you guys want to ask me any questions, I can go ahead and try to answer them the best I can. If not, I will not answer. All right, Mike. Thank you so much, brother, for coming by. I appreciate you, man. Thank you again for the good talk, man. I appreciate that. All right, yo, Mike. Yo, Mike. I'm gonna hook this up again here because this is actually helping to stabilize. I like that. It's a good idea. I barely thought of it. Elliot is pure. Thank you, awful redneck. You always compliment to me on how much class I have. I barely went to school. Have a great night, guys. Take care, Elliot. All right, be cool, man. All right. Well, if there's no special questions, I'm gonna head out because I appreciate all of you. I always make it look so easy. Nah, man. I mean, I thank you, but it's you guys saw me struggle. You guys saw me struggle in this one. Let's not pretend. Let's not pretend. Let's not pretend. Warren JB, I just turned. Oh, Warren. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a picture of this real quick, and then I'm gonna send it off to Instagram, and hopefully the customer will be happy when he sees it, and maybe it'll be good for that. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Slacker High. Appreciate that. Everyone's saying hi to Warren. Yeah, so like I said, thanks for coming by here on YouTube. Obviously, you guys follow me here on YouTube, so not much importance in me going further with that commentary. But thank you, Awful Redneck, for dropping that in there for me. I appreciate that as well. That actually helps a lot too when I put those put these little extra white in here. But for those of you who may not know, I also have an Instagram channel or profile, and you can follow me and my exploits there as well. Whenever I do commissions or something, I will be doing. I mentioned this the other day when I was doing my walk and talk. I will be doing a pop up. I'm calling it a pop up. Um, yeah, I did it again. A pop up thing where I'm going to do a quick sale thing where I'm going to sell inexpensive torso bust shots and such. Here to try to like cover some of the debt I have before I have to make a hard choice too fast. With my my current situation, but we'll see. Wait, there are people who haven't booked back Doom Kicker yet. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. But hey, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. A lot of dotted everybody. Will the pop up be on YouTube? That's a great question. I think so because I don't know that I have. Instagram is funny that way. I might do a couple of things on Instagram. It's gonna be basically it's gonna be almost like it's like the way I'm thinking about it is to be a couple of things. I'm gonna do like some original pieces that I'll have available. I know that maybe I'll be able to wait till Mike does the auctions again, and you can buy them there. Or what you can do is perhaps pick you can commission me right off during the sale. So like maybe if you want me to draw a specific character from a specific show or movie or comic book, that'd be the time to come in and say, hey, this would be dope. And then I can go, no, oh yeah, no, I'm just kidding. But the idea is to try to generate some much needed flow. And hopefully give you guys a good deal. Sequential Treasure says, Jerkmonger, it would be dope as hell to see you do the Terminator. Oh, well, that's a great example. So I could do that sort of thing while you guys are watching me. It's a good idea to let the anticipation build for the auctions. Sure. Well, it's a good idea, except I need the money today. So it'll be very soon. I'm in. Time and place. Take our money. Thank you, Roscoe. All right. So that's it. So I'll let you guys know when that happens. Actually, it'll probably be in the next couple of days. And I'll do it probably on YouTube. I might do one on Instagram and then test out the waters there and then try it also over here. And then if you guys show up, that's great. If you don't, no worries. Hey, Awful Backwoods Gaming, YouTube censors your name. Morning anyway. All right. And that's it. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are fantastic. God bless you all. I hope you guys have a great night, great morning, great afternoon, whatever you guys are doing and wherever you are at in the world. So it's going to be great. Oh, yeah. Gunship Thunder Punch by Brian Shearer. Go check it out on Indiegogo if you haven't already. Make sure you give it a spin. Give it some love. And the love zone. You don't have to be alone. All right. Peace out, y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.